very nice. I just want to complete, not to disturb. It was complete within 40 minutes, the fast sections, because I want to complete that. Not like last time, you could not listen, you don't know. So now is the time our question answers. So for 50 minutes, any questions? Not only about Yoga Nidra, any questions, either Vedanta, Tantra, Yoga philosophy, anything. Personal, impersonal, any questions you have.
Yeah, Swamiji. In one of the previous sessions, we were saying that you are practicing always, and when you're teaching, you are also practicing. So in my teacher training, I've been learning that when I teach, I just sit and instruct my students. My students practice, and I sit and give instructions. I do not practice. What's your point on this? As a teacher, can you practice along with your students or just sit and observe your students?
Good question. So you see, it's very straight answers for me, to you, and whoever are participating in this Zoom or who going to listen, because every teachers, they have their own way teaching their own students. So I do respect and all teachers and also students. So I'm not going to interfere. So between your teacher and yourself, what you've been study with him and what he guided you and how you teach. So that is not actually my business. So therefore, answer is quite not possible. But if you ask me personally, I always teach either asanas or pranayam, even meditations, whatever I do teach, but always I practice. Even I teach asanas, I'm not a person who sit down and give instructions. I never do that. For example, I want to teach Surya Namaskar. At first I explain them. I practice Surya Namaskar one round. Then I tell to student practice with me. Then I leave them to practice themselves. So any asana I teach, always I give a demonstrations. And same time also I practice with them. And I give more time so that they can practice themselves. Then I used to go, if necessary, then I used to correct the positions. That is my way of teaching. So I'm not going to discuss again whatever people teach as their teacher, or even many students are going to learn. So I'm not going to interfere that, because nowadays you are listening the these lectures. So I'm not going to interfere for your personal lives between you and your teachers. Am I clear that? Because every schools, every teachers, every students, they have the rights. So I'm not here the person who going to critic, who going to judge, analysis, the methods, the styles, the teachings of the other teachers. Because I have been studied as our teachers taught me. Means I have many teachers. So I have been studying in Sivananda Ashram. I have been studying also in Bihar School of Yoga. I have been studying also in Gorakhpur. So, and also other teachers. Generally, all my teachers, they always demonstrate first. That's how I educated. Am I clear that now? Even I'm teaching Yoga Nidra also, even I'm sitting also, I try to observe myself. I can close the eyes and practice Yoga Nidra, even relaxation techniques, even meditations. I'm not a person who only intellectual giving instructions, not possible. Until now, I don't know the future. When I'm old, maybe my body not active, maybe I can teach, but I don't think so. I think it is one of my consciousness. I will leave my physical body, not unconsciously, but consciously. And I hope also myself, I'm not entering like common sickness. So I'll be very healthy before leave the body. And that is one of my state of the consciousness. So thank you. So any other questions, Linus?
Yeah, again, with asana and the teaching, you were criticizing the European or American teachers or students that they make mechanical movements, unnatural movements. How do you mean that we are doing mechanical movements, not unnatural?
It's very good questions. Look, I'm not a person who's critic, but I would like to add this. Anyone can practice asanas, but it has to be total awareness. The body, the mind, the emotions of each and every movements of the asanas, so that we can count as a yoga. Otherwise, is as a sports, like many people run. So it is not a yoga. Even you do all kind of yogic asanas, not necessarily you practice yoga. You are simply doing physical exercise or the sports. So I personally cannot count as a yoga you practice. You may practice for 1,000 years, nothing can happen with you as a yogi. And you're never going to get perfection of the science of yoga, what has been taught by the masters from the ancient time, even today. Any other questions? Lenos? Okay. So, Siva Puja, you have any questions, please?
No questions today. Thank you for wonderful guidance. Maybe I can just share some observation. At the beginning, when the can you hear me well?
Yes, but you can a little bit loud. It's better so everybody can listen.
Okay. So usually when I practice yoga nidra with the guidance, in case the instruction is visualize your top of the head, visualize your right ear and so on, I only bring normally the awareness and I can feel each body part and then I leave. So I relax, I'm aware and then I leave. But today would happen slightly differently. I also had the awareness, but I also, in front of my eyes, I saw my top of the head and I saw my most of the places, especially around the area of the head. That was new for me.
So very good, because Yoga Nidra, so you can have many experience which is master even cannot taught. Like while you meditate, you can have always experience your own. Even sometimes, maybe master say, visualize candle, maybe visualize the sun. So it can happen like that sometimes. So what I mean, so it's beautiful. So what you have experienced this, and especially the path of yogic science, always you can experience as unique. Means no one has been experienced such experience you have or you had. So therefore, even enlightenment, as per the scriptures, as per the masters, each an individual, they experience completely unique and differently, not the same. And every people or any people or anyone or any seekers or any yogis, yoginis or saint and sadhus, when they walk the path of spirituality, it is, and they also imbibe the path, that of the path according to suitable to for them. Sometimes people chant Ram, sometimes people sing, sometimes people dance, even sometimes some people take the hibiscus, hibiscus, like in shamanism, like in Mexico, people take it, kind of herbs, so they can experience samadhi. Some people practice yoga, some chants Om Namah Shivaya. Sometimes people go Jnana Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Tantra Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, so many things. So according to their own skills, according to their consciousness. And one should not critique on this, because spiritual path, it is your own choice of the consciousness. Thank you for your experience, for sharing. And Julie, Madam?
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
So beautiful. So today, I would like to conclude now. And tomorrow, what the subject will be tomorrow? I think yoga, right? Yes. And then going to begin with Tantra, then Vedanta. Or next time, I would like to also add either Isavasya Upanishad or Gita. We'll check it, because I like to combine Gita also. So next week you will study, and I'm going to teach you specially the fit in the chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, the secret, the science of yoga, the secrets, the science of Brahma Vidya, that the fit in the chapter. So you may, and fit in chapter we do chant during our meals, or before the meals in a traditional monastery. So this is the Brahma Vidya. We see and this is a 15th chapter about is a discourse between Arjuna and also Lord Krishna. But generally, Lord Krishna always explain. So that you are going to get the knowledge. So let's check. And 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Depends what kind of commentary I'm going to give. So I'll select. I'll check. So thanks to all of you. And again, the same time tomorrow we'll meet at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. As usual, Sundays I take some times. And hope we'll share this technique of Yoga Nidra today. And I'll put them on Facebook. And again, we'll share those who are also not joining today. Thank you. Thanks to all. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ गङ्गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. So thanks to all. In future possible also we are going to study new chapter, the Shiva Sutra, in future, Kashmir Saivism. So like Yoga Sutra, that is Shiva Sutra, that is called Brahma Sutra, but a Brahma Sutra not now. That is called the science of absolute. So not now. That is for the Brahma Sutra you need to have good education, Gitas, Upanishads, Yoga Sutras, Sankhya philosophy, Nyaya, Vaisheshik, and so on. But Shiva Sutra could be very interesting in the future. So we have many things to learn. So and we keep continue all these things time to time. Okay, so future will be new subjects. Thank you. But still we continue. Yoga is also continue. Then Vedanta, the Tantra, the Shiva Sutra, the Saivism. Then we study also practical class. Every week you will have one class practical, or maybe sometimes I maybe take 2 class practical. Then I check it. Okay, thank you. For tomorrow, Yoga Sutras. Thanks to all.